the God who loves us. Spirit's motive, we say, is love. What is love? Love is the union of two kindred things. It is that completeness which comes from this union. I care not where you look, you will find life incomplete without such a union. The whole visible universe is but the outer manifestation of this inner principle. It is shown in the chemical affinity of the atoms. Without this drawing together of kindred things, all material substances would fly apart and pass into chaos and incompleteness. In the vegetable world, we perceive the presence of this principle. The seed-bearing plant cannot give birth to another plant until the female flower is fecundated by the male. Long before sex organs were discovered in the plants, the ancients, as in Egypt, recognized the separate sexes of the plant. Herodotus says the Babylonians knew it and suspended male clusters of the dates taken from the deserts over the female dates to fecundate them. One does not need to illustrate further. All nature proves the presence of the principle of love, or the union of two kindred things to form a real completeness. We must see then that originating spirit shares the nature of its creation. It too must be love, for there cannot be an expression without an expressor, no love without a lover. God is love. Spirit therefore seeks its own completeness by passing itself out into individual expression in man, whose first nature is love, and then finding its own completeness in enjoying that love. The motive of creation is Spirit's self-realization in love. Spirit has, consequently, a further purpose, to continuously evolve a higher and still higher individual upon which it can pour out fuller and ever fuller measures of its love and life. For spirit is infinite in its potential, and having once started, it carries on to the 9th degree. To learn how to swing into harmony with this divine purpose is the end and aim of all true teaching. This is a perfect picture of that state in which man finds himself when he is identified with the purpose of spirit. Love has found in him its fulfillment, and life has found its completeness. We can escape unhappiness, pain, and poverty in no way so easily as this. The identification of our purpose with that of the divine. We do not have to struggle nor to make anything. We only have to be something, at one with the infinite spirit. The question then arises, if all our good comes from this unity with life, how is the union to be accomplished? And the answer is, you do not have to accomplish it. You only have to recognize it. It already is. Separation is only apparent. It never really was anyway. You have nowhere to go outside of the infinite mind. There is no outside. You only thought you were outside. At the same time, the divine life and love has no reality for you until you recognize it. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man will open, I will come in. You are the gatekeeper, and your door will never be forced. The Father comes out to meet the returning prodigal, but he does not drive him in. In reality, the Son never got out of the Father's love. He only thought himself out, and all he had to do was to think himself in. He thus came to himself. Our object, then, is to find our own completeness in love, and to give spirit its completeness in our love. We are to recognize spirit as love and turn our love side to it, not merely our mind side. When this has been done, we shall also find the great secret of healing power. For if love, life and beauty are the symbols of completeness, then their opposite is incompleteness, or the lack of these qualities, or fear, death, ignorance, want and pain. Then to heal disease, it is not necessary to tinker with the effect which is due to a lack of something, but to supply the deficiency. Disease is due to a negative factor, and we heal it by supplying the positive factor, love. This is the principle a man would act upon if he had an empty reservoir. He would not talk about its emptiness, complain about its stagnant odour, nor bewail its unsightliness. He would simply open up the channel to the heights and let the water flow in. How simple the process. Let or allow the water to flow in. The empty pool is filled without effort. The effect is changed by the cause. How well the great teacher understood this. On the last day, the great day of the feast, Jesus stood and cried, saying, If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. He that believeth in me, as the scripture hath said, from within him shall flow rivers of living water. But this spake he of the Spirit, which they that believed in him were to receive. He is speaking of the great inner self when he says, me, for we are expressly told that he spoke of it in relation to the Spirit. So we have a further picture of the glory of man's nature and the healing process. If any man will open the pipes at the bottom of the pool, the water or the Spirit will fill it like a spring. The word spirit, as it occurs in the Greek text, is psyche, which also means life. If then we are to be rid of death and disease and lack, we have only to let life flow in from the inner springs of our being, and the touchstone to divine life is love. I breathe the life and love of God, the spirit-raptured air, and feel the thrilling vibrant force of him whose ardent care enfills the whole. I breathe his life as one who quaffs from out the sacred cup, who drinks the wine of God the vine, for as he turns it up, for God fills the bowl. I thrill anew with health and peace, while through my veins a surge. There flow the full-breathed tides of health, that cleanse, inspire and purge. From pain and strife I breathe more deep the pranic air, drink deeper still the bowl, for as I drink from life's full brink, God fills my thirsty soul with his own divine life.